side for years. We were jealous of your racetracks. We were also jealous of your base year because we've been in the middle of a huge battle. And then I interviewed Jesse last month for Newsmakers and put the fear of God in everyone, I think, in Washington County about this assessment issue. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's a lot bigger issue than a lot of people realize is what we have going on now. There's a court-ordered reassessment in Washington County, and a lot of people don't really know what that means. And you know, the standard line is, well, about a third of you will see lower taxes, a third of you will see higher taxes, and a third of you will stay the same. There's a lot of problems with this, and I believe that this is not the time to be doing a reassessment for a couple of reasons. Primarily, and this goes really to Allegheny County, which I also represent part of, and it really goes to a lot of areas around the state where this is starting to crop up. The problem that we're running into with these assessments is that there is no standard to do a reassessment. So what they use in Allegheny County to determine property value is one thing. Washington County can do something totally different and come up with a different way to do it. And invariably, these methods are always challenged in court. I mean, you've seen it in Allegheny County go all the way through. To do a reassessment, they're estimating Washington County will cost about $8 million that if you're reading the papers, you see the county just doesn't have. Now, to me, it's foolish to go through to force a reassessment of the county to a standard that doesn't exist. We have a bill right now, it's passed the House and sitting in the state Senate, where we're trying desperately to get the Senate to move on it, that would provide for a statewide moratorium on all reassessments until the legislature can put out a uniform standard by which to do this. We have a study being done right now by the Legislative Budget Finance Committee that Representative Levdansky, who represents part of Washington County, he authored that resolution. That study's being done right now. And what we're doing is looking for ways to protect property owners to make sure that their assessments don't jump up 30% in a given year. There are some certain protections that we can put in that are done in other states. These are smart, reasonable ways to protect property owners of residential, commercial, of anybody that pays property taxes. There are things we can do. We need to do them before we go jumping into these reassessments. And one last point I'll make on this is that one of the things that people don't realize is what a reassessment does is redefines what a mill is worth. And a lot of our municipalities and school districts are tapped out, and they're at the top of their millage rates. They can't go any higher. So what happens is if you reassess and a mill becomes worth a different amount of money, what it really is a stealth property tax increase. But because it gives the taxing authorities the ability to keep the millage at the same rate, but because a mill's worth a lot more money, there's a lot more money being forced to be driven out. And in Allegheny County, we looked at this. I think there were 48 school districts that were affected, whenever the reassessment happened. I think 47 of them did not readjust to bring property tax levels back down. So this is a bad idea right now for a lot of reasons, and particularly in Washington County, where as a business community, we enjoy the fact that we've got a very beneficial tax climate as compared to Allegheny, which is bringing businesses here. I represent the area that covers South Point. We have tons of people coming in there saying, we want to be in Washington County, and one of the main reasons is because you have a good base tax structure, and I don't think it's smart to be blunt, screwing with that until we figure out what we're going to be doing.
Okay, we have about 5 minutes left.